Hi, I'm Divine Harmony with the Cosmic Insight for the week of Monday, May 12th through Sunday, May 18th. On Monday, Mercury and Gemini trines retrograde Mars, aligning the mind with the will. This is a great aspect for getting clear about what we need to say or what we think and then sharing it with others. It's a very motivated energy, and with a retrograde and then Mars being in Libra, there's kind of a softer quality to whatever it is we need to say and what we need to share, which is wonderful. It helps balance the fire that typically comes with Mars. The next day, Jupiter trines Chiron. Jupiter is in watery, emotional, intuitive Cancer, and Chiron is in watery, sensitive, also intuitive Pisces. Jupiter trine Pisces brings significant opportunities and openings for major healing, expansion of awareness and consciousness, and seeing where our emotional wounds are so that we can heal them, or shift our relationship to them. This is a very beautiful aspect that is best used in some kind of form of self-awareness, whether it's therapy, psychic reading, yoga, any kind of opportunity to explore our own consciousness in deeper ways is supported with Jupiter trine Chiron. Wednesday through Thursday, Venus in Aries triggers the Uranus-Pluto square. We have Venus conjunct Uranus and square Pluto. And so the goddess of love and beauty, relationships and finances gets involved with the breakdown, breakthrough duo. The positive expression of this is change coming into our relationships and our finances, evolution happening. The shadow side is if there's anything that's not working and we've been avoiding it, this can be that pivotal point where all of a sudden it comes up in some explosive way. This full moon is conjunct Saturn and semi-square Mars, which can amp up the intensity of an already passionate, intense Scorpio full moon. Traditionally, Mars and Saturn are seen as the malefics. They're essentially the heavy hitter planets that bring in kind of strong, intense energies. And with both aspecting this lunation, we can have some very deep stuff coming up. To amplify this, the full moon is opposite Algol, which is traditionally called the demon star. But if you dig into the mythology, Algol is the eye of Medusa, and before patriarchy took over, Medusa was a revered, beautiful goddess. She essentially just got demonized and repressed once patriarchal culture took over. Algol has an intensity to it, but it also has a very magical, intuitive, powerful quality to it. So this full moon is potent. It's like a potent alchemical container for transformation and for shadow coming up to be looked at and integrated. It can be very deep, but it can also be very intense, cathartic releases of emotional energy, going into stuff that needs to be addressed, looking at where we hold ourselves back, looking at where we have any sense of limitation, repression, or depression around what we want out of life. This can all be a big piece for us, so pay attention to it this full moon. On Thursday, we have a completely different energy that comes in. Venus aligns with Uranus, and they both sextile Mercury. So Mercury and Venus, we have the mind and the heart, aligning with Uranus, the rebel, the revolutionary, the great awakener. Opportunities for change, shift, awakening, opening in relationships, in our finances, in what we think and believe are all possible right now. This is a very enlivening energy, and it's wonderful to have right after that very intense full moon because it can kind of clear the air. On Saturday, Mercury squares Chiron, so the mind and the intellect is intense aspect with the wounded healer. The positive use of this energy is to address where there are wounds and pain that we need to look at or understand or even feel before we can release them. Mercury in Gemini tends to be very heady and intellectual, and so there's this sense of, oh, I can think about my pain and suffering, when actually in order to heal, we need to feel our pain and suffering so that we can then release all of that stored up, pent-in energy. So opportunities to do that with Mercury square Chiron are present. The weekends with Venus square Jupiter on Sunday. Venus and Jupiter are the two beneficial planets. They both bring in opportunities, abundance, and they enjoy, nice things. And so Venus-Jupiter is a wonderful time for socializing, for enjoying pleasurable experiences, for having, good food, good wine, buying some high thread count sheets. Just being aware that both Venus and Jupiter love to overdo the pleasurable aspects of life is important right now. It's all about a balance. Yours in the stars,